Hey guys, wanted to make a quick demo of a really cool MAME emulator on the Quest, and I know there's a couple of videos out there on this now, but I personally am into the retro stuff. I don't have spend too much time playing them, but for the nostalgia of seeing it once in a while and maybe playing one game or once in a great while. Um, it's neat. So let's get into this. Let me show you what's going on here. There's you have to sideload basically sideload an Android apps, and Android apps are MAME for all. Um, get the latest version, and if you do end up using it and liking it, support these guys. Go out and buy this app um, on your phone, on your Android phone, and then, you know, so you support them. But anyway, they did a really good job. I've already tried installing Launchbox, and this is kind of new, and it's more of an interface to your retro arcade stuff, and it's still work in progress, and it's kind of involved to get set up. But for example, all your games will show up here, and then you can pick them. They'll automatically download the graphics and all that. That's kind of nice. But yeah, you need the ROMs in the right place, and it's real picky. But it's possible to launch once you go in there. You can launch your games, and it will launch directly into what I want to show you. The focus on this video is more for MAME for all, and it's a great emulator. So let me exit out to show you what it looks like. So when you first launch it, it comes up with this interface. It'll have controls here, and you have to configure it. So if there's interest in this, I'll make another video of tutorial on how to set it up. It can be a little tricky because you have to find the right ROMs for the right emulators. For MAME specifically, there's so many variances out there. It's actually a little bit of a problem. So either way, I set these buttons up. I customized it to show these, even though I've got a controller paired, a Bluetooth controller. A Xbox, the newer versions of Xbox One controllers work really well. That's what I'm used to using, so that's what I use. Um, so let's check this out. So we have Joust, for example. Let's go into that. And this menu here, I guess the way to think of this is more, this is a menu that is at the ROM level. So you can make these changes, and but once you got it set up, you can just skip through that. So this is booting up as if it was a real arcade, Joust arcade, standalone arcade, and it's really nice. They did a really good job. If you notice here, you can size it, which is really nice. Um, it gets a little too big to play. But so you've got these scan lines here, which is actually a feature, an option in this tool, which is really nice. They did a really nice job. So the scan line, that's set to high. That looks a little intense. The problem is is that this was made for an Android phone, and the screen is a lot smaller, so the effect isn't quite as intense. On Oculus, the effect is pretty intense. That's not too bad. But you can see the scan lines there. That's that one. Let's try another one. The filters. And then you've got another type of scan line. Looks kind of the same, but it has more of that CRT effect, you know, an actual arcade, which is cool. Let's and some people might not even like this because it is a little intense. I wish they stepped it down a little bit more granular. So see, and this is more of a CRT. You can see like the pixels in the CRT screen, which is just kind of neat, but it's too, like I said, it's too intense on this big Oculus screen for playing. So let's just turn it off for now. Maybe in the future they'll make it less granular. So this is the actual quality. It takes some setting up, and if there's interest in this, if I get enough requests, then I'll make another video on a walkthrough on getting this all set up on your Oculus Quest, because it could be a little tricky with the placement and with the monitor sizing. What I'm referring to is all this right in here, all these features and options here. There's so many things you can do, but for the Oculus, there's a specific settings that work. I spent a couple hours getting this set up, so to save you some time, I'll make a video if you're interested. So let's get into it. I've got a Bluetooth controller paired to this right now, and there we go. So you probably won't be able to hear it, but let me mute my mic and see if that works. Muted myself, you would be able to hear the actual gameplay. So that was the point of that. Anyway, if you're interested, let me know, and I'll post. It would be really nice if there was such a thing as a VR app, Oculus Android built VR app with an arcade that you walk up to, and you would have your MAME. It would be a front end for basically MAME emulator, kind of like this, but you can walk up to an arcade. I posted another video, and there is a such thing out there. It's called Oculus Arcade, but that was years and years ago with the Oculus Go, and they dropped that whole project. Oculus did, and never opened it up for developers. So it is what it is. I'm just surprised some independent developers haven't side quested and developed a nice interface like that. But this is fine too. It's a big screen. It suffices for the need, I guess you'd say. But anyway, hope you guys have a good one, and let me know if you're interested.